There's one bunny, and there's the other bunny. So, let's move this back a little bit. So, this, two bunnies, this is our rare. I'm gonna turn on some extra lights and just see if I can get more light in here. Okay, I can see them. There's her, and there's him. Just see if I can. No, see now I can't. Just play around with this. Right, just for the record, I have two bunnies that are not bonded. They fight. So having them in the same room, facing their backs to each other, but actually lying together is just amazing. So I'm just watching this in the background while I do another video blog update on my diagnosis journey. So, where do I start? Oh my God. My last oncology meeting, I got a diagnosis. And where do I start? Damn. So basically, my body is growing these tumors. Radon, and they feel malignant, but they're not. So the actual disease diagnosis is metastatic tumoral Tophaceous, which means fatty tissue, pseudo, which you're like, what? Like metastatic tumors that are sort of growing everywhere. And then the end name is Pseudogout, like gout? Are you dying of gout? No. So it's behaving like gout in terms of the pain and the disablement. I'm watching my two bunnies here. If they make a move, I have to be ready to dive over there and separate them in case they fight. Bunnies, there and there, and they don't get on, they fight. So I'm watching them using the screen while I'm documenting, doing my video logging, so that if I turn around and decide to start something, I can do a dive in between and referee them. Hello from the West Bank of New Orleans. That's Joshua. Hi. Jacob asks, what kind of animal is that on your sliding door? I have two bunnies. They're different breeds. This one is a New Zealand. He's a big bunny, but he's kind of trying to be the furthest away from baby girl right now, who is a Dutch lop. She's a little dwarf bunny, so she's like this big. And he's a giant, but he's all kind of scrunched himself up to just kind of hide from her. So they're putting their backs to each other right now. Anyway, this is amazing progress, by the way, to have them in the same room, and I am free to just do my own thing, like do a video blog, is just amazing for me. So I haven't been streaming like regularly, doing my talking for maybe a couple of weeks, because I've honestly been through some of the worst symptoms so far. And when I got the news that there were actually tumors growing throughout my body and I felt so validated, it was a mental collapse of, I told you so, I knew I was right, but it wasn't cancer. And I still had to process that, because in a way I should be relieved that it's not cancer, and I'm not feeling any relief. This feels bad. It's metastatic tumors. So the differentiation between cancer and this disease is that cancer is malignant and tumors can be benign. These tumors are not benign, they're metastatic. So why isn't that cancer? Well, cancer behaves malignant, and what that means is the cancer cells can't dividing, and they will invade organs and they will displace other cells, so they will actually erode into and kill some of your organ tissue. They'll invade into an, depending on which organ it came from. Tumors that are non-malignant doesn't mean they're benign. A benign tumor is something that is encased, has a boundary, like some kind of fascia tissue that the body has built to stop that thing from spreading. Yay, she's gone to the potty. Oh, I'm like clapping, because these bunnies, like her in particular, if she jumps in the potty, I'm like, Ray, she didn't pee on the floor, because if there is a pee on the floor, a pee puddle, and a bunny fight, now you have a fur tornado mixed with stuff spitting out. Not very pleasant to get in between of. So if there's a pee puddle, I have to dive in and pick that up quickly. But she's in the potty, she's using the potty, thank God. Anyway, where was I? So these tumors cannot invade through an organ wall because they don't grow like that. They aren't the growth of multiple cells dividing. They are a messed up metabolism which is fermenting and producing acid in the same way that cancer does. So cancer uses a primitive metabolism. It metabolizes glucose and glutamine without any oxygen, using a fermentation process with a cell. And that's what fuels cancer. It's a fallback mechanism from when our organisms millions of years ago were more simple, and they had a simple metabolism of cyanobacteria, which is no oxygen in the world, so everything metabolized by fermentation. And this fermentation is like one of the, well, it's a fallback, it's a primitive metabolism, and our cells in the human body are extremely complex. The whole organism of ourselves is very complex, so there's many different types of organs and tissues, and a cell has to know where it belongs, and so it has a map, it has a genome, which is, you know, extremely huge set of instructions. And the cells to survive, because they don't all have straws to just suck directly out of the blood, they have to rely on each other. So as cells metabolize, it's like they share a tree branch to a cell, and one cell takes a twig off and a smaller branch and some leaves, and they share it around, and it comes back to the original cell that shared it maybe, and that can still use part of the bark or something like that. So metabolizing carbohydrates, as an example, is a 14-step process, and doesn't just happen inside the cell, it happens between cells. There's like a sharing of the different breakdown processes between stages of this breakdown process. And that's slow because you've got an interchange between cells to rely on our metabolism. So that process is slow. With cancer, because it's relying on this primitive fermentation method, it's a very quick process, and they can just gobble up all the glucose before the rest of the body gets it. Which is why you have PET scans that rely on the radioactive glucose drink, because the cancer just sucks up that glucose faster than healthy tissue can metabolize the carbohydrates. And so these tumors metabolize the same way. And the waste product of this metabolism is succinic acid and lactic acid. And as these tumors have metastasized and spread through my body, they start producing more and more acid. So there's like a critical mass to this disease. Now I've got acid pooling in my belly, and that's to be neutralized. So it's pulling calcium out of my blood and bones to mineralize the tumors. So it's like I'm growing rocks inside my body, but what they actually feel like is they feel very much like okay, she's escaped the other side of the room. So he's watching. He's like, oh, I'm safe. Okay, you can carry on being. You're safe. She's on the other side of the room. He's so scared of her. Where was I? Oh yes, so these tumors are the same metabolics as cancer. The difference is they are, I would say slow growing because this feels aggressive. So it's aggressive in phases. When the disease is active, there's a lot of acid pooling, and my body has to balance that by mineralizing. When the disease is more quiescent, quiet, not sleeping, there is less acid pooling, which is required for the tumors to mineralize. So I've had this disease for a long time, and I know that it's been dormant in the past, and but now it's reached a kind of tipping point where there are so many. I'm very disabled, and it's intermittent disability. It's the tumors feel like pumice. They feel like fatty pumice. They feel like scouring pads that clumped to my psoas muscle, and I know exactly where they are in my body. Uh-oh, I have to deal with this a second. Don't bite him, that's mean. Oh, Beano. Beano just went through the mummy tunnel. The mummy tunnel. Don't, big girl, cut it out. She's so mean. Here she comes again, baby girl. Baby girl. Okay. Right then. Hi, Daniel. I explained earlier in the live stream what's been happening, but I will just then recap for you. One thing you might notice, Daniel, is that look at them. They are sharing the same wall space and lying down, and I've just been doing a referee match between them, like just literally spinning around and jumping and dive bombing him, and I've been getting in the way, and this is what she did to me yesterday. She did that yesterday, but I healed pretty fast. Oh, here she goes. She's gonna start again. Ah, sweetie pie. There you go. Whew. You're feisty, aren't you? You keep wanting to bite him on the ass. Okay. I'm just trying to keep her calm. She's an old firecracker. I just don't know when she's going to go off, you know? So if I just try and keep her calm, pick these up. Right. Now that I've got her calmed down, I can come back, carry on talking for a bit. This is amazing. They're actually sharing the same line of sight. When do the zoomies happen? Oh my god. The zoomies happen. They're not good zoomies. They're usually fur tornado fights. I have to dive in and stop them attacking each other. And that's when I get covered in bites and bruises. So, Beano is a boy, yes. He's a giant. He's a New Zealand giant. And Baby Girl is a Dutch lop. And she's actually a dwarf. Look at her. She's like, this big. And like, this big. And he's further away, you know? Oh. Okay. I have to be ready to roll over and dive between them. But it looks like she's kind of creeping her way closer to him. This is so cool. I am actually narrating bunny bonding, and I don't think anyone's done this before live. Just don't know what's going to happen. These guys, fur tornadoes. I'm usually the one that's losing. Where is it? Oh, it's there. See? My knees are another story. Yeah, so I'm really impressed with these two. I've been they've been living separately for oh, 10 months now. This is amazing progress. The fact that they are give each other the evil eye from a safe distance is amazing. I'm in so much pain right now. Crap. Um, so I got this heating pad, which I'm very happy about. It was about $35, and I just can't live without it now because it just. There are so many different flavors of pain. I'm never just. I'm either masking it well or I'm not masking it well. How are you, Charlie? Charlie is pinworm, and I'm, yeah, I'm in a lot of pain right now. How are you doing, Charlie? He was over here this afternoon. We had a great laugh. Charlie was in the pool 3 times, so he's managed to overcome a lot of discomfort to do that because it's been, we're both fighting these tumors back. And what are the chances that Charlie and I have the same super rare disease? Tophaceous pseudogout, which is the name for a type of pseudogout, which is super rare, that occurs in the fatty tissues and metastasizes around the body, is so rare that there are no pathology pictures of it that I can find. And what are the chances that I meet someone with the same rare disease as me? And we also have comorbid diseases that are diagnosed. So he has autoimmune, I have autoimmune. My autoimmune is MCAS, and his is MS. But the autoimmune isn't giving us, it's not as symptomatic as the pseudogout. And I don't even like calling it pseudogout. So the medical term on the insurance is Cppd, which means calcium pyrophosphate deposition disease. It's a certain type of calcium formation that spindles out of the cell from the cells that are metabolizing acid and neutralizing acid with calcium using the phosphorylation process of the mitochondria, which has now switched to fermentation. What the hell was I just talking about? Oh yeah, it's the gummy that's kicked in. Oh. I do the gummy just to help me relax through the pain. Believe this, they are chilling. They are chilling within 1 feet of each other. You know what? While they're chilling, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna start doing my sleepy routine. Oh my god. What if they actually do? Oh my good babies. I'm running out of my favorite lotion, damn it. Oh no. Oh, my good babies. I can't believe this. They are actually almost face to face. And that didn't work. Babies. Poor Beano. Poor Beano. Oh, God, here we go again. Don't. Please don't. Just be nice to each other. Be nice. Be nice. Oh, big girl, you wanted me to pick you up? Oh, Beano. She wanted a cuddle. Oh, Beano. Oh, sorry, Beano. Poor boy. Oh, poor Beano. When is this going to end? When is this going to end? When are they going to stop fighting? Huh? Beano, do you want to come over this way? I'm a little uncomfortable over here. Come on. Come over here. Let me come over here, look. Beano. And then I can be more comfortable. Come on, baby. There we go. Good boy. You're a good boy. I mean, he's really scared of her because she's bitey, just covered in bruises and battered, huh? Baby girl. Oop, come back. Come back. Oh. Okay. Don't be in a bad mood with me. All right. I'm gonna get comfortable again. So anyway, I got my diagnosis. Uh-oh. You're in the money tunnel. You're safe. You're safe in there. She can't bite you. so wrong. Beano's in the money tunnel. He's literally so scared. He doesn't want it to the dish unless he's inside of me. Because she'll bite him. You're so funny, Beano. Go on, you can eat. There's your good boy, you can eat. Go on. Out you come. He's doing it. You still can't get it. Stop it. Do you want me to feed you? Do you want me to feed you? He wants me to feed him. He's so scared of sharing a bowl with her. Damn. Beano. He's very scared of her. He won't go near the bowl until I've kind of shielded him. And if I speak out loud, it freaks them both out. I don't like it when I'm narrating over them because it, you know, because I'm not focused on them and they know it. behaving.
It was kind of mean.
Well,
They're in a standoff.
no, she keeps messing with him. She just keeps messing with him. And he's just afraid of her because he keeps trying to make friends with her, but he doesn't know what she's going to do.
Well, he's at a loss because of his body design. When she grunts, it's her hardwired way, for whatever bunch of reasons, to say no first and then say yes to being. But we have the ability to pick her up and soothe her the way we soothe him with our fingers and our hands, and we pet them and we kiss them and we hold them. And he has a hard time doing anything like that, and he can't really do that anyway. The most he can do is groom her, and he just doesn't do it very naturally. Because if she came at him and he just started grooming her, she would melt.
Yeah.
Just the way she does with us. Oh, baby girl. Don't run away, boo-boo.
She's taking a break. She's stuffed her face. Now she's thinking of, okay, good. I didn't want her sitting on my bed, really. They were lying not next to each other. They were lying adjacent to each other. And it was just amazing because they were within a foot of each other.
And then he flopped over.
No, they were lying
You said
next to
earlier.
each other. No, this was after the first one. So this is a new one. So they're lying within 1 feet of eyesight with each other. And then she gets up and runs to the food dish, and he follows her, and then they do this. And I'm like, she's in the spot he was lying in now, and it's almost like she's taunting him to come back to the spot he was lying in.
We're inviting him.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that. He's like, where is she? Where is she? He's in your spot.
See, if you would go over carefully, slowly, carefully, and then start grooming her,
Yeah.
just lay there and take it.
Maybe if you lick her butt.
Well,
He's gonna go count.
the problem is he can't come up from behind her. He has to go right to her head, but slowly.
There she is. And he is going in. Okay, but I'm here, baby. I'm here. It's gonna be okay. Oh, damn it. She attempted to... Yeah. Sorry, Beano. Don't eat my scooter! No. Ah, dear me. No. I shouldn't have thrown those wheel covers away, should I? Oh, I know. Buy a dinner plate cover. And they eventually settle down, and she'll probably lie there next to where I was sleeping. Are you going on my bed now? poops. She just wants to eat all the time. She's literally like constantly hungry, which is a really good thing.
What was her sort of hay most of the day today? Was it that, or was it the thing outside? What was going on?
The bunny basket, but she didn't eat at all because they were snogging each other the whole time they were in the day. They were grooming
Well, that's
each
fresh
other.
hay. So he's already been at it. One of them has already been at it. I can tell it's not sitting as high, but I just put fresh hay out an hour ago.
Right. So, she didn't eat. She really doesn't seem to eat when we're at the pool. Except if she's under a bush. But even if I put the hay basket there, she's just too interested in snogging.
Well, that may or may not be a good thing. I mean, maybe you'll limit the amount of time they're out there just because if she's not going to eat and drink when they're out there, they're going to...
I mean, did she eat any hay when she was in the basket with you all day the other day?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
That day that they were in the back with you.
Well, if they're in the stroller, no. Because the little basket you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
No.
So that was 4 hours they didn't eat.
Well, they weren't with me for 4 hours, but we just have to be careful. You know, if they're not eating for 4 or 5 hours in a run, that's not healthy for them.
Well, I put the hay in there, but I don't see her eat from it because I see her grooming him.
That's what I'm saying. So,
But
it doesn't matter if the hay's there. If she's not eating it, she's not eating.
but
If she's back there and there's hay in her litter box, she's grazing all day.
okay,
But she
Okay.
sleeps for long periods of time back there. That's the...
right. Anyway.
And that may be why her poops through these cycles of being perfect size and then tiny. Because, you know, the day before they're tiny, she just didn't eat enough.
Yeah, no, she's just when she's not eating enough, they're tiny. Period. It's just, you know, she needs to be constantly grazing. I think she is actually hungry all the time. She's just constantly.
I mean, if there's food there and she's not eating it,
Oh, here he
unless
goes.
she's sick,
I'm just gonna see what this is like.
You know, that wasn't nice.
No, it's not nice. That was shitty.
My box, he says.
I know, he's also got to learn to share.
Okay.
Hello, baby girl. Shall I plop you in? Do you just want to go in? Oh, she peed. Kitchen paper. Okay. okay, baby girl?
She's gonna just stare at his butt.
Yeah.
Think about biting him.
Well, I'm just trying to think who was the last one to be pissed off. He didn't her in the potty, so he jumped in and her out. She got mad at him and peed on the floor, and then she lay down here, and then he barged past her and she grabbed him and gave him a nip or something. I don't know, I didn't see it, but trying to measure if they're counting scores. Are they keeping a score?
Well, I think the depth of their score is tit for tat.
Yeah, it is.
And then tit for tat, but it's not, he owes me, I don't think they're going that deep. It's just tit for tat.
Right now, he feels like he owns the place and he feels stronger.
Apparently, because he went in front of her, he's laying down with her behind him. He can't see her.
But when we're on the other side of the room, he's terrified of her and he wouldn't eat out of the bowl unless I was the mummy tunnel. I am literally shielding him from all sides from her so that he can elbow crawl to the dish. And he's like in stealth mode in mummy tunnel. And I'm like, over there he's terrified of her, and over here he has all the confidence.
I don't think it has anything to do with there or here. It's this moment is different than that moment just because. You won't be able to figure out why. It's the time, it's not the place. Maybe he just got tired and said, fuck it, I'm just gonna lay down, and if she bites me, I'll turn around and punch her.
Well, that's been happening too. He does flip around and punch her. He started doing that today. He's afraid when I get hurt. It's me actually. When he thinks I'm hurt, he's terrified. Because this, he knew. And he was sniffing it, and he was like, "Mummy, are you okay?" Couldn't believe it. And I was like, oh, he's got a bit of empathy. Ooh, oh. He must have been bit on the ass quite a bit. Painfully. Mummy, are you okay? I know what that's like. She bites me on the ass all the time.
Really weird.
He's a very different bunny now than what he was 6 months ago. You know? I'm terrified of everything 6 months ago. Fine. Oh my God. Oh, wow.
What?
It's a bunny train.
Yeah.
It's a bunny train.
It'd be funny if they just sort of slept through the night like that.
Shit. Yeah, that would be... Wow. Well, I'm not putting her back behind the barrier while I'm awake.
Well, the problem is you're going to fall asleep and not know it.
Ooh.
just gonna drift off to sleep, and then you won't know until you hear the tussling,
Until they fight. Yeah.
which
Well,
is probably inevitable, but
I'm streaming this at the moment, so I'm not going to stop streaming until I'm ready to go. My tummy really hurts.
I'm gonna go finish watching something. It'll be half an hour, and then I'm going to bed, and I'll come check on you and them,
Okay.
unless I hear something sooner.
Yeah, okay.
Right now I have to go pee. Again.
Oh, I need a pee. I think I need a pee. Oh my god. Ow. I'm messing my eyes up so bad. Honestly, I'm just amazed that they are sharing this room, and no surprises, she's staring at his butt. I'm gonna dream about biting it. Not me, baby girl. And he's confident enough to lie with his back facing her, knowing that she's lit 1 foot away. That's, to me, that's amazing. So I'm just going with this moment and seeing how long it lasts. And if I want to go to sleep, I will separate them, and that'll be that.
So when you watch them, where you go?
Oh, yeah, sure. I need to go pee pee.
You got up.
Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, I'm back.
Good bunnies. give me kisses. He came over, he was jealous.
Wow. She's grooming him? What the hell is that? Drat. Oh, she's having a pee. There. She just peed.
Bunny girl, the fuck.
Uh-huh.
The litter box is over here.
Yeah, but he punched her out of the litter box. So she's afraid to go in the litter box because he punched her out of the litter box. I'm gonna go mop it up because she's sitting in it.
Oh, no. Okay.
She's that little bottom. Honestly, she had a good time having a bath today that she was hanging her feet, hanging her stubby black back legs into the sink.
Where did she be?
Up next to the skirting board.
Yeah, it's not much. A little bit. I put my head down between them. She came over and started kissing me.
Yeah, she doesn't do that to me. If I put my head down near her, she's like, okay. And she, yeah. So I ask her for kisses, but no, she's like,
Well,
no.
she doesn't always. Frequently she ignores my requests, but kisses, boo-boo. Baby girl, kisses. You have to give kisses.
Oh, he's chewed down.
Kiss, kiss, boo-boo. Kiss, kiss. Kiss, kiss.
This is the closest they've ever been on their own terms.
Kiss, kiss, boo-boo. Kiss, kiss.
They've never been close. Oh, well, now she's in the potty. Now she's like, okay, maybe he won't punch me out the potty this time. So she's staring at him while she's about to eat the hay from the trough to see if he'll run over and punch her out. And it looks like he's just letting her eat this time. He's watching. Oh, good. Because he had his back facing last time, which is why he cleared her out of there, because he didn't know. Now he's watching her and he's not bothered. So she's watching him to see if he makes a move towards her. He's gone to sleep. He's asleep with his eyes open.
No, Bino.
See, he understands.
Yes, he does. Bino.
He's just seen his camera.
No, he's turned his back on us.
No, he's seen he's on camera.
Go in for a close-up, buddy. Go on.
He's seen the camera and he's like,
Go in for a close-up.
He's like, are you... She defended herself.
Yes, she did.
She jumped out and she was all teeth and claws.
Turn her around so she'll go back in.
That made her so mad. Okay. He doesn't want to do a show of bad behavior on camera. He's a bit of a trump.
Well, I wish. If that were the case, we could control him completely. But I don't think so.
You see, the camera's watching, Bino. The camera's watching. You big orange bunny.
Bino, we're live on TV, so behave yourself.
He's back facing towards her this time.
No. You stay there. He stopped dead.
I know, no, he absolutely knows. He's a good boy, Bino.
No. And stereo less.
Oh my god! Oh, poor Bino. He's like, oh. So, he's attempting to make to bump baby. But she's using my potty. Yeah, let her. You know? You can get later.
I hate to tell you this, Bino, but it's not yours.
Oh, he's given her such stink eye now. He's looking sad. Oh, Bino. Do you want a cuddle? I think I am literally going to have to go back and edit this line with time markers, chapters for the bunny bonding behavior because I'm shocked. I'm shocked. It's this is such major progression that I don't want to stop until they're actually done. If I have to stay awake all night, I will. This is how strongly I feel about how just different this is from normal. I just feel that they're about to bond. Oh, she's sitting in the plant pot now.
looks really silly, bunny girl.
What, her butt hanging over the edge of the pot?
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it?
And I threw him out of it earlier, so he's
He
probably...
looks so sad. He's like, I've been thrown out of my own potty.
Think of it like the Lend-Lease program. It's a diplomatic effort. Global peace, that's the agenda.
I can't believe it when we said no, and he just sort of went, oh fuck, I've been told off. He's so clever. He's learning, isn't he?
You're a good boy, Bino.
He is such a good boy. So proud of you, Bino. We're so proud of you. We love you so much. I'm working so hard to heal you. I work very hard on healing Bino from his trauma.
My little dragon. You're being very patient, Bino. That's very good.
I don't care if I stay up all night. I don't want this to stop until they are done, because I think we've reached a point where
Come on. Can you come? Come on. Come on. Hello, baby girl.
oh, she just blew. They're actually face to face within 1 feet of each other. That's ridiculous. They have never done that.
6 inches.
6 inches? Okay, this is a first, and they've been together 10 months. Beano, the red rabbit on the left, is rescued, and we brought him to her about 10 months ago.
Yeah. 11.
Yeah, and nearly a year ago, and they have never been able to bond, so we kept them on separate sides of the apartment with a barrier they could see each other through, and we'd try and introduce them to sort of bonding sessions, but they always ended up badly. They always ended up with a, we just had to tear them apart. So since I've been on medical leave, I've been very hard on getting the bunnies bonded, and so this is a breakthrough because it's 3 months in to full-time bunny bonding, a minimum of 4 hours. It's a lot. And it's taken me 3 months to get them this far. Need my sheet pillow. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to watch the bunnies from bed. So while Keith is doing that, I think I will do some more transcription, vlogging. There's so much I need to get off my chest. So I'm just trying to think of a short topic that might fit in here.
Are you watching?
Are they touching faces?
Not yet.
Wow, they're getting closer.
Been edging him closer and he's following me.
Oh, I know. Here's a short topic I can talk about while this is happening in real time, which is an absolute first for these bunnies. The difference between the way cancer tumours grow and pseudogout tumours grow. So cancer is out of control growth. It's just cells that are just constantly dividing and piling up on each other, and they're dropping out hormone signals which are causing our body to react by almost placentaing into the tumor a blood supply. And our bodies, our healthy cells are doing this, but so they are letting the cancer survive like a parasite, because our body is providing it sustenance by growing these blood vessels in. So this cancer is, even though it's kind of primitive, it's like a parasite that's disguising itself and enabling sustenance. With pseudogout tumors, which behave malignantly, but they aren't malignant, which means that they can spread around the body and start metabolizing wrong, causing this acid to sink out of the tumor, which then has to be neutralized by calcium coming to the bones, and that causes the tumors to start mineralizing. And so they mineralize, and they pile up and form these coral-like fingers creeping up the body. They sit in the pelvic bowl, and they shepherd's hook around from wherever dissipating out of the body. They fill up the pelvic bowl. Mine was the size of a grapefruit. And then they come around the right-hand side and follow the main, is it vena cava? The main vein, venous drainage system up the spine. They follow that one up to the diaphragm, the pericardium, and they cannot invade tissue, so they track the fascia tissue, the fatty tissue, and mineralize wherever they're growing. So with cancer, malignancy means they penetrate those organ boundaries. With pseudogout tumors, cannot penetrate those organ boundaries except if they mineralize and the needles grow through the fat, and now you've got a scouring pad on your muscle, and that scouring pad, every time you move, your nerves get shredded. You get pain, you get inflammation, because these tumors are kind of brittle and they feel a bit like pumice, but they actually feel more like a scouring pad. They have that kind of texture to them. And that on your healthy tissues like muscle, fascia, you don't feel it in your fascia, you feel it on your healthy muscles because they're connected nerves. So your muscles constantly feel like you're being eroded on the inside, like a scouring pad. And the nerves eventually, sometimes irritated, they switch off muscle control to your legs. So you don't know when it's going to happen, but you're going to fall over, or you're going to lose balance. You're going to lose communication with your left leg, and it can happen at any time. And when I say lose communication, that's different from pain. That is, I can't trust transferring communication from one left leg to the right leg automatically without thinking about it. Now I have to think about it in case I lose communication with my left leg. So because you're thinking about it, you protect certain muscles, which you know are going to switch off, and there develops a limp. I don't know that cancer tumors do that, but with pseudogout tumors, it feels like you're growing these tumors that have the texture of hamburger meat on the outside when they're brand new and fully formed, and that doesn't hurt so much. They can grow and you don't feel the pain. It's when your body starts to fight them back and you do your different methods to regress the tumors and they start to pit. And as they pit, the fat comes away first. That sort of burns away first, the fatty tissue. But that leaves behind the spiny coral like needles and crests of the tumor from where it's been pitted. And that scouring pad surface, every time you move or you breathe, they scrape your nerve lines and they irritate those nerve sheaths until those nerves are transmitting fully. They're leaking the signal, so it never reaches the brain, and sometimes it's painful, but at the same time the muscle switches off, and it's not like you can feel it, but you can't control it, so it's painful. So the pain is the nerve's still connected, but intermittency, loss of muscles. The muscles themselves don't hurt. It's the pain coming from the nerves. The nerves are hurting. And every night you go through a process of renewal where you have to rebuild those nerves. And that's what your body does. That's what it knows how to do. So when you're actually regressing these tumors, you are more symptomatic because the tumors become more pitted, more sharp, more crest-like, more needle-like. And these scouring pads, whenever you move, fail.
Exactly. He went to groom her and she was half asleep and he startled her.
Oh.
It took him a long time, but he started to groom her.
Mm-hmm.
You're a good baby. You're a good baby. Oh, my sweet baby. Oh.
Jesus. She's a little Tasmanian devil. I think that's it then for her. I think that's the end for tonight. They did very well, but they're going to have to start from zero again tomorrow. Yes, to use the potty. Baby girl. What these tumours have in common, cancer tumours and pseudogout tumours, don't seem to hurt while they're growing. So while the disease is active, before it gets to a metastatic state, it's like your body blind to them and they can grow unimpeded because they don't hurt. This tumoral form of pseudogout is not graded stage 1, 2, or 3 because usually by the time they discover it's the tumoral version of pseudogout, it's prolific, it's in more than one joint, and it's now moved into the trunk, and it's now moved into the head and skull. And so by the time they discover it, it's usually metastasized. There isn't really a grading system for pseudogout because it is pretty invisible and discovered by chance, which is why I think that it's not really a rare disease. It's just rarely diagnosed. It's rarely covered because if a lot of people are just growing these tumors before it gets to a critical mass where it's producing enough acid that you are now permanently symptomatic of this extra plaquing of your visceral tissues. And that's, suddenly I'm in a lot of pain. Suddenly I'm going to have to run to the bathroom. It's okay. Just, this one really hurts. I'm just, it's about a 7, and it's moving. Between a 7 and an 8, it's moving. It's my peristalsis, so the pain will get so bad, some like level 8 and sometimes level 9, that I feel like I am just going bright red and sweating profusely. And then I get really, really cold. And that happens usually if I have a lot in my GI system to process and it's not in a mushy diarrhea state. And I've managed to control my bowels to the point where I make myself have diarrhea naturally. So I'm all right. I'm not losing potassium or, you know, having excessive diarrhea. It's more like mushy poop. And that prevents me from going through as much pain as has become, because when the poo is solid and it's moving through your descending colon, moving through the transverse and descending colon, tumors that have clumped their way on the outside of the bowel, particularly at the nerve junctions, they have become like us. So now you have a cargo net around the bowel, which is plaqued with these pearls every time the nerve divides and goes somewhere. And so every time you have a solid poop move down the bowel, this cargo net is being forced to stretch, and these pearls of pain become a level 9, because it's like full on nerve pain at this point, you know. And when I didn't know what this was, I ended up in ER, and everyone said you're just having neuropathic pain, but no one looked at what was causing it. I was undiagnosed for years like this. So one of the symptoms of pseudogout, which I think people should know about, is the direct ability to connect movement of bowel with the triggering of intense nerve pain, as there are these pearls of pain stuck to the outside of your bowel on a cargo net of nerves. And if you can describe that to your doctor in that way, it gives them a target. But at first, for years, you don't know what this pain is. And when it starts, decades ago, it used to only happen just before poop. Just like when you needed to sit on the toilet, right? When you needed to sit on the toilet, and then it felt like nerve pain to the level of I'm in birth. Every time you take a poop, it was just a normal poop, but it felt like I was in massive, massive labor. And it progressed over the years, where it became an earlier sign and an earlier sign, until now I get it as my descending bowel starts to activate and pile up the contents into the sigmoid. And the whole time that's happening, for about 2 hours, it's just agony. I can feel every wave of peristalsis tugging on my cargo net, pearls of pain wrapped around my large bowel. And it's a level 9. And I used to go to the ER for this, but if you go to the ER for this, they tell you it's normal and there's nothing there, but it's pain, it's neuropathic pain, and they don't want to look at the cause of it. This is a level 9. And and I'm so used to it. But 10 years ago, when I'd kind of had enough of it already hurting me so bad, ooh, fart, bit of a relief. So I've got the heating blanket, and it really does help with managing the pain a bit. Yeah, it's like being in labor. It's like labor pain, childbirth pain. And the pain happens with the peristalsis in these little waves that travel down the bowel until the sigmoid fills up. So over the years of dealing with multiple types of pain, I learned to limit going to the toilet because of pain. It was easier to give one birth a week than, any more times. And one of the first times it hit a level 10 pain. And it was so bad. At 3 a.m. in the morning, I was screaming with pain and off the toilet because I was in shock. My body went to shock. I blacked out. I passed out on the toilet from the pain. So that was the first time I was in hospital with this pain. And it happened again about 7 years ago. After that event of blacking out from the pain, I thought to myself, okay, so I'm gonna control how the consistency of the poop so that I don't go through this amount of pain, because the more moist I made my poop, the less of this and the less of the tugging of the cargo net of the pearls stuck to my bowel, string of pearls around my bowel. And so if I minimize minimize the amplitude of this, so it was all just kind of squishy poop, then I can minimize pain or manage it, And I'm used to this. I'm used to this. This is what I go through whenever I'm having solid stool, and it lasts about 2 hours until it's all piled up and filled up the sigmoid area, and then I'm ready to evacuate, And I can go through hot sweats and cold cold sweats, hot and cold sweats because of the pain. And I just kind of breathed my way through it. But I don't think I'll have a blackout again because I'm frightened of it anymore. And I think that was the mental difference, because I decided after that I'm going to have to control it. I know how to control it, and that took away the fear of how bad this was going to get. And I also realized I could relax into it, and if I relaxed into it, I could let the poo ease its way out, because if I reacted to it and I went, then it would just fire my nerves off, and it would be like lightning down there. So I have learned a lot mentally how to control the pain now. And you just kind of have to let things melt around the poop. So and this is the perfect video to explain it, because I'm actually live streaming in real time what is happening until I can actually have a productive move. Oh God, this is so painful. Okay, I'm actually going to chance it now, and I'm going to take you with me. I can't believe I'm taking someone into the bathroom with me while I go through this. I'm just capturing this just for my own record, so anyway, I'm not going to show you what's down there. Oh look, I have a shelf full of, what do you call that? Epsom salts. Oh my God, I felt that one. That was a good one. Normally it's a lot more painful, but I've been, how can I put it? Let me just clean myself up a second. Look down there. Okay, that was reasonable. I think doctors don't know enough about this disease to put together all the symptoms. And one of the symptoms of this disease, this rare form of pseudogout, the fatty tissues of your body are mineralizing into these pumice stones that scrape up your insides and scar your nerves. They scar your nerves, and the nerves become calcified with these strings of pearls, these amyloid plaque scars on the nerves that cause you lifelong pain every time you go to the bathroom. So I've had this pain for most of my life, but as it's grown, and it probably grew very slowly over years, but it goes through these fast processes. And when it's fast, it behaves aggressive, just like cancer. So I've decided I'm going to develop an animation of the course of the pathology of this disease and narrate it and pass that on my oncologist as a resource to educate other people. We'll see.
I am trying to save your souls and to free you from eternal perdition. I'm not sorry. You died. You like.
Okay. Signing off.